Yeah, they're all on my phone and I can't really access it because obviously.
Fuck it. Fuck your phone, man.
Right.
Right. So we're just doing this as a little bit of fun. I've prepared a few questions just to go over Air Max Day 2020. I guess we just get it started. We got Scott calling in from Glasgow, wherever he is on the screen up there. We got Joel, who's on my right, but he might not be in a minute, from Texas, and Rich down here in Southampton in the UK. So I guess we're going to try and do this in about 15 minutes. There's no time limit, but Scotty's got to have his dinner. I was just going to go over sort of like 2020 and how Nike and that have pulled it back with everything that's going on at the moment. I guess so. What did you guys think so far of Air Max in general in 2020?
So far, I mean, you had the rumours that Air Max 1s were being slowed down last summer. That seemed to be quite apparent, and then they had a couple of Air Max 1s earlier on this year, but the biggest obviously has been Air Max 90, given that it's the 30th anniversary.
Yeah,
you've got that the new shape of the Air Max 90. I quite like it. A lot of people were saying they didn't like it. They kind of lowered down, and there's more of that sloping coming in, the old sort of runner style.
Yeah.
I like that.
Did you pick up any of them at all? Any of the colourways at all?
No, I've been quite slow this year.
Yeah.
Well, I've picked up some other runners, Hummel and Saucony or Saucony, but no Air Max.
I got my my best friend a pair of the 90 volts in, and the toe box was like squished like that. You couldn't even wear them. It was awful. I tried to get it out for him as well, and I had to send them back. I think I went through about 3 pairs of them.
I see, this is the problem Nike's been having, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I like the boxes that they come in, like the purples with the purple and whatnot. I thought that was quite cool, but they do just like tiny, all one size, like they should have been a size 6 or something like that, like ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I've seen people saying that.
Yeah. So what about Air Max Day? Like, you had the Ducks, which I'll show in a second. The 290, the Atmos. So the size 95s, and
they were already.
Also, you had, and I don't think these were part of it, I guess Air Max month, but I'm not sure if they were the 110s as well.
Yeah, they're nice.
And I'll go over them in a minute, but what did you guys think of the releases themselves? Because, I mean, for me, the OG 2014 Atmos, the black toe ones, they were always like a must-have for me, but there was no way I was going to pay 500 quid for a shoe that's going to dissolve in a couple of years.
I think these are a great kind of backup to if you're the kind of guy that really wanted the OGs back in the day. I think the seeing the pop of info on them reminds me of you mentioned all the 90s dropping this year. I think for me, just going back to the point Scott was making, I'm going to hold out and just pick up the infos because they're the ones I remember from back in those days. So I think I'll pass on the other OG 90s and I'll come back around and get the infos whenever it is that they do drop.
So what about, I mean, I know that they had the rumour of the Dave Quality Meats, the Bacons. Would they have been a must?
Oh, man, like, I heard about them dropping. People reliable, I'll say, in air quotes, sources are saying the Bacons are dropping and they're still nowhere to be seen. So personally, I thought this Air Max Day has just been a bit kind of disappointing, and I felt the past couple of years has been a bit disappointing. But
we're going to that in a second. I got the whole, like, the last since it's been put together since 2014, but we'll go over that in a second. Within sort of like, because I guess it's the anniversaries the whole year, there's still a chance that they could come out. I keep on thinking it's only going to come out now if it's going to come out, but then I remember it's the whole fucking year, so.
Yeah. But what do we think about retros in general? Are you a fan?
I guess with the materials, they've only gotten better. The shape's questionable. I mean, we were talking, it was that thing about the whole, and I'm just going to go off slightly, talk a bit off the UNC Jordan 3s. being a player exclusive, the same sort of thing. Like, should you ruin a legacy of a shoe?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not going to ruin it, but the chance is that you could ruin it. I know that they did it with the got them up here with the Curry a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I would say, Rich, with those UNCs, they kind of almost went the other way, because if you hold, and I've seen pictures on IG, I'm a massive Jordan Free guy, as you both know. I've seen pictures on IG with fellas holding the PE next to essentially the GR, and the GR shape's way better. It's got the OG elephant print. It's cut the way the 88 pairs were all cut. So you with limited stock and hype and stuff. Actually, if you just compare them side by side, I think JB's done a massively good job on those.
So apart from the infrared with you, Joel, is there another 90 that say they retroed coming years to come, this year, whenever? Are you up for it, or do you think that it should be sort of like left in the past?
I think it's more like a pair by pair kind of thing for me. I'm not a huge 90 guy when it comes to Air Maxes. Air Max 1 is, I don't know, probably 90% of my Air Maxes are Air Max 1s, and the rest is all Air Max 97s. So yeah, not a huge fan, but I have to say that the Ducks did catch my eye. Ended up not taking the L on them. That is a great looking pair.
I'm happier now I've seen them. I remember, I think it was PJ Tucker had them in that NBA photo, and they were more orange. I don't know if it was the filter or the final, because that is like, I don't know if I can get the proper. Maybe I'll move back a little bit. You can see it, how bright it is.
When I first the promo photos of them, I said no, and then I started seeing on foots, especially with the white laces in, and just be out with the promos. They just look a bit less vibrant in your face, and even though they are still quite colourful, they're just so much nicer on foot.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the suede. Like, it's none of that. I guess, I don't know. It's not amazing, but it's better than the normal felt suede you get in a lot of their stuff. So
I do kind of regret not going for them now that I've seen them.
And I like that little sort of snake skin lizard on the swoosh there. But I thought they were going to be easier than they were. I think everybody, apart from maybe one person, didn't get them from our group, or I don't know.
That one person was probably me.
So we had them. So Air Max Day. I mean, I was quite looking forward to. I know we're trying to go through this as quickly as possible. And I know Scotty's dinner's getting ready soon.
My kids are shouting at me now, man. My dinner's ready.
All right. So, I mean, we had the 290 as well. I wouldn't mind seeing that in hand. I've never seen a pair in hand. I don't know if anybody else has.
What one, sorry?
The 290. You know, they brought out.
No.
So that's the next stage.
I genuinely didn't even know that they were dropping.
Oh, right, really?
Yeah, like they've been. I don't feel that they've been advertised that much. / I've not really been paying that much attention, because I just thought, again, Air Max Day this year was just a bit kind of meh. And they don't. I feel as if sometimes they try and keep it a bit too secret.
Yeah.
Whereas before, now you go back to 2014 when it first started, and they had all these events now in New York and stuff like that, and they've got all these like remember the massive like Nike box that they had?
Yeah.
And nowadays it's kind of like, oh, what's going to happen on Air Max Day? And then it's like, oh, like a couple of shoes are dropping. That's about it.
So I know you've got to go in a second, so I'll shoot 2 questions to you. This year compared to last year's or the following years, I mean, my standout would probably be, what was it, the 2017 with the anniversaries, the Atmos and the Masters. That was 2017, was it that year? Yeah, there you go. So the elephant was voted back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that was voted back. You then had the Friends and Family and the black version of the Masters. And you also had the anniversary OG Blues and Reds.
Yep.
So that, for me, I mean, it's a standout. I mean, it's only been going since 2014, but that was a massive year.
That was probably the best year. The Masters are a great shoe. The normal Masters, in my opinion, are much nicer than the Friends and Family Masters. Yeah. I don't like the white. It makes them look cheap. The black makes them look like different and something that you go, oh. Whereas the white, you make them look and you just think, to me, in my opinion, I don't know why, but when I look at the white Friends and Family Masters, I think they look like a fake shoe.
Yeah.
Whereas I see the black and I think, oh, they're pretty cool.
Would you agree as well, Joe, 2016 or? Joe, would you agree 2016 was the year so far? Or 2017 even, sorry, not 16, 17?
I would say either one or the other. Was the Wotherspoons were what?
They were
18?
They were 18.
I think for me, as like people will call me hypebeast for this, but I think for me, like as an individual, one individual shoe that got me the most hyped up and the most gassed up was probably the Wotherspoons. I do think you hold them side by side with the Elephants. I'm going with the Elephants almost every day of the week. But there is something special about the yellow. I would say that one individual pair for me, I think, just is the standout.
Yeah. Did you get any of them, Scott, from the 17 release?
No, I got the reds though after it. I didn't get them at the time.
Yeah.
I got them for like 80 quid because I got like discount and end, which never happens. And then I realised that I didn't actually like them that much, and I just got rid of them like a couple months ago.
Yeah, Joe, you got the reds and you love them.
Yeah.
The blues, you're still on the hunt for them?
I've got reds, obsidians, and royals. I'm still on the hunt for the aquas. The only pair that I haven't got, but luckily they're the easiest. I think they're the easiest one in terms of like paying out aftermarket type thing. They're probably the easiest of the four, I think, to get. Cool. I'll pull the trigger at some point this year.
I could see Scotty's getting prodded. So the last question, Scotty, I've got your collection there of your Air Maxes.
Yeah.
Give me two, and why are those two?
Well, I'll give you the Susans.
I knew you were gonna. I could see you.
This was a pair. Obviously, you know the guy who got me these.
Yeah.
This was a pair that a friend who I met through this whole scene got me. Before the EU release was announced, I thought it was only a US release, and this guy got in contact with someone and basically contacted me out of the blue and said, right, I've got you a pair of Susans because I know how much you wanted them. And I was like, holy shit. And then they announced the EU release the day that they arrived for the US, but I wouldn't have got them anyway because they're so limited. These are an amazing pair. I mean, the detail on these is just crazy. I don't think I ever really stopped going on about them, the cork insole.
That's a pair that I stalk regularly on eBay and Depop trying to find a pair.
I mean, they're an amazing pair. And then I obviously need to say my 1988 Obsidian OG sole swapped, obviously, so that I can actually wear them. These are a bit of a kind of Frankenstein shoe because the outsole is from like 2012 Obsidians. Yeah. The midsole is from God knows when, and obviously the upper, including the laces and everything, is all OG for 1988. And it's the small details in these old pairs. So like you don't have the size tag, but you've got like the size just printed.
Oh shit!
You've not got. They didn't have size tags in the labels or anything like that at that point.
I thought you were a size. I thought you were a size 7.
It's a US size.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
US size 8. So like, it's just the kind of small details. I mean, you're like, wow, like these are like proper old school, in the mesh and the shape. I mean, look at that shape. In fact, you compare that towards the 17s. You've got this kind of bulky.
Yeah.
You've got that.
I didn't realise you had both of them.
Yeah. I actually was bidding on a pair of the Flyknit Obsidians, but they were getting to like 90 quid, and I was like, I'm not paying that for a pair of Flyknit Obsidians.
Cool. And before you go, one honourable mention. I'll give you two that you have to pick. One honourable mention.
Oh, I don't know. This is too hard. One that's turned into one that I wear far too much, considering the pattern on it, is this.
Oh,
I mean, these Pat Butchers are just wild, and
Yeah.
I wear them like as if they're a pair of fucking Cortez, as if they're like the plainest trainer ever. But
And-
they always get a lot of looks.
what's your thoughts on the white tie version?
I controversially always say that the black toe's better. I just think the black just complements the safari print and all that much more than what the white does.
No, I agree
Yeah.
with you as well.
There's not many people that do.
No.
Now, black on animal print, it's because animal print's way out there, right? It's a crazy
Yeah.
kind of design. I think the black tones it down a lot more, whereas the white just makes it look even crazier.
Exactly. I just
Right.
think the black was. But I need to go and get my dinner now, so
Yeah.
I'll leave you.
No,
to it.
thank you, bro. Awesome. We'll catch up soon.
See you, man.
All right, see you, boy. He's still there. He's going.
He's out.
And then there were two. Right. So, Joe, what would you say the future of Air Max is? As in the future of Air Max Day for 2000. Where do you want to see 2021? 2021.
I guess knowing Nike, they're gonna. Well, I think this year was a bit of an outlier because of like much bigger things that are going on. I guess at least. But knowing Nike, I wouldn't be surprised if they pick off a really, really well-known, sought-after older pair once a year. And at least the rumors, or whether they actually happen, is another thing altogether. But I could see pairs like there were early rumors about the Bios, the MX1s at some point. I remember that around the end of the year, around the end of 2019. Some rumors around that. You've got a few Patters that again could be rumored. I'm just guessing they're going to keep making something new, and there'll be these rumors about retroing something old, and those things just won't go away.
So do you think? I think that with like 2017, they had the right idea. They had a new shoe. They had the Master. They had a shoe that people voted back, so they got that aspect as well. And then they brought back also on a slightly, I guess there was less hype because there was more production. The OG Red and Blues as well.
Yeah.
That was just a few of the shoes that come out, but probably the biggest ones. I think they got it spot on that year.
And if you think about it as well, like the Masters was a celebration of the most sought after pairs, right? In a few years, who's to say that there haven't been a few more new sought after pairs that then make the Master 2.0 at some point? That could be something.
So if you were allowed outside today, and I know you had a bit of exercise earlier, if you were going out on Air Max Day 2020, none of this stuff that's going on was going on, what would you be wearing on your feet today?
I'm gonna be wearing these guys.
Oh man, I swear, man, they sat around for a while. You love them, too, and they're going for like mad money as well.
Crazy money, crazy. And also these mean a bit more to me as well because of the whole group and the whole Soul Retriever piece. Like getting them for retail, I slept on them when they dropped. I think I'd had like a bit of a crazy month that month and just bought way too much. And these they just kind of came out of nowhere. And as I say, I passed, and then lovely chap in the group kind of put them up, won a few times. It's been one of my go-to pairs of Air Maxes since. They're just lovely, just great materials in here.
Right, so we got them. And then what's your second choice? I know you were bringing one more to the table.
I'm gonna have to get up and get some more out because I'm going off right next to be these. This is probably the pair that I searched for the longest out of probably anything in my collection, just because of how difficult that they have been to get. And in the end, I actually picked up the pair. I mentioned earlier, I'm a massive Jordan 3 fan. I know these aren't MXs, but I basically got the pair that came in the pack with the threes.
Did you get the pack?
Yeah. You got, yeah, the pack's down here. The box is enormous, so I won't pick it up. But yeah, you got the two in there, and what they've done is basically switched out. You see the elephant print that should be on the 3 is basically replaced with that safari print. So yeah, done a really good job, I think, on that pack.
What year did that? So did that come out the same year as it came out on its own? So 2017 again.
Yeah, they came. I don't think they came out on the same day. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember. But they came out in the same period. Yeah, same year.
Wicked. And on that note, I can't name a better or a pack that's come out recently that could probably rival that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Can you think of a pack that's come out recently that? I mean, that's probably one of my favourite 3s and my favourite ones.
When you're talking about a pack, as in big box, multiple shoes.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I'm struggling to think of any really. I'll probably think of one that's kind of on that level at some point. But
we'll come back to it We'll come back to the next video. I mean, I don't want to go on too much longer, but I think an honourable mention, that's one of my favourites from last year, and one of yours as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you were originally into it, were you? Really?
No. I was one of the guys in the group that was talking these up from day one. But I think it was one of those pairs. It was a bit of a Marmite kind of drop in that they loved them or they hated them. And I've gone through every single pair of laces in that box now.
Yeah, I think I have as well.
Yeah.
Because I wear them all the time because of the material that they're made out of. I've seen people that have gone like white sole units. Do you think, would you have changed anything? I mean, out of the 6 that dropped last year, I had 2 pairs of these at one point. I just let one of them go for retail to a mate because why be so greedy when I've got, well, I say that, I'd probably have it back again. But, I mean, out of the 6, I'm just trying to think what we had. So you had this one, the Tokyo Maze, you had the 98, you had the Shanghai 97, the London 97, the Paris Vapor Max, and the Neon Soul 97 as well. Were there any more? I think what was it? The 97, the Shanghai one, was that? I'm just trying to think which ones were which.
Yeah, the 97 was the Shanghai. It was the baby blue one with the waves. You'd used
the waves. Yeah, of course. That was probably the most hyped out of all of them, I guess.
Yeah, I mentioned being an MX1 and 97 guy. Those were the only 2 that I was really after. Was the Maze and then the Shanghai.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I missed that this year. The whole creative aspect of it, of giving people. I mean, even if I didn't like the shoe, I appreciate the fact that Nike have put so much effort into letting people design their own stuff.
Yeah, I think one of 3 categories for me. We mentioned the Masters earlier. Something that bringing a bunch of sought after pairs together. That's something like the Ducks that you've got in the background now, which is either a remaster or a retro of something that was huge years ago, or something crazy like the On Air where they let the public vote. For me, I'm not particularly fussy which route they go down, as long as they're doing stuff like that that's a bit out of the ordinary and not just just one pair that's just a kind of average kind of thing.
Yeah, wicked. Right, I think we've talked enough tonight. Something a little bit different. The first time we've done it. Hopefully we can do some more. If anybody wants to join in, I'm sure we'll send out some invites to get some other people from other groups and any of the followers to join in as well. Just remember to tagging us. Is that your phone that keeps on getting text messages? It's going.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, just make sure you tag us and stuff. And we're gonna have a new format with the old Sunday story and stuff like that, and we're going to keep on. So we're just trying to grow. There's some other stuff in the pipeline, but yeah, and hopefully we'll do another video soon. So I will leave you to it, and we shall speak later. See you later.